What's up, warriors? Duuz-Diz-Din back again with more Super Dragon Ball Hero Ultra God Mission, where previously Cronoa, the Supreme Kai of Time, confronts her predecessor, Eos, the previous Supreme Kai of Time, who wishes to erase the alternate timelines clogging up the canon, believing that their existence will eventually lead to the destruction of all time. But Cronoa has seen the value in alternate timelines and what good can come from them. And so they clash in a clash of ideals, going into their time unleashed forms to battle it out. And just when Cronoa looked as though she was about to bite the big one, in came Goku, who managed to win the tournament and also use the referee to make his way to the Battle of Kai. How will Goku's arrival impact things? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, Super Climax of the Super Space-Time Tournament. Feels like it only just began and we're already at the climax. You have the announcer saying, a space-time tournament to determine the true history from an increasing number of histories was held. After growing heated battles between warriors gathered from various histories, Son Goku, one of the members of the magnificently victorious team, asked me to take him to the organizer of this tournament, the former Supreme Kai of Time, Lady Eos. And he says, "Gah, you're terrible for attacking me without warning, Lady Eos." That's right. When Goku arrived, Eos was in the middle of attacking Cronoa, and the little referee was caught in the blast. Either it wasn't that powerful since he didn't die, or that little guy is a lot more powerful than he looks. Eos apologizes, saying, "Sorry. It was an accident. Just an accident." Eos then addresses Goku saying, "Congratulations. It looks like your team won. I have a favor to ask you about that." Oh wait, no. Goku says, "I have a favor to ask you about that. I appreciate the fact that I got to fight with strong guys, but can you please give up on the rule to erase them? I still want to fight them," he says as he cracks his knuckles. Eos laughs, saying, "Ha ha ha, I see. Indeed, you are a unique fellow. I can understand a little better what possibilities you, the Supreme Kai of Time, see in this person." Goku then notices Cronoa floating, frozen in midair. He flies over to her asking, why aren't you moving?" And then he starts tickling her. Cronoa then says, "The spell is breaking," but then she starts laughing, screaming, No, the frozen time has now been released." Eos says, "Anyway, I must get rid of the losing histories now. That's all that's left to be done." Goku says, "Okay, well then, if I win, you'll have to think it over once more," he says as he goes into his battle stance. This takes Eos off guard. She says, "You are a very interesting mortal, and thus very dangerous. But fine. I accept your foolish challenge." And with a snap of her fingers, they end up in another space entirely. A void filled with gears, much to Goku's shock. Eos says, "That place we were earlier is one I like. You seem to be a very flashy and aggressive. You can go all out here." Goku says, "I've got about 3 minutes to spend with you. I can't afford to be playing around with you." Where did 3 minutes come from? Maybe the time frame for the tournament? Goku goes into, I'm assuming, Super Saiyan Blue? And quickly fires off a Kamehameha. Usually he doesn't go in for the strong one that fast. And as the blast approaches Eos, she looks unfazed, saying, "Allow me to show you the difference between a mortal and a god." Time freezes. Or, oh no. Goku says, "What? The Kamehameha disappeared. It's just like that time." Yeah, when that attack was fired off of Eos at the start of the tournament and it just disappeared. Goku folds his arms saying, "I don't know what to do now. If she keeps using that, she'll cancel my attacks when she sees it coming." Eos says the time freeze not only freezes the target's body, but it's an advanced space-time technique that can also freeze their consciousness. 1 minute has passed. What do you think? I think you already understand more than enough the power that gods possess. Goku says, "Oh yeah, I mean, even Lord Beerus is a god. So I know it's awesome, but I don't think you can win," he says as he shifts into Ultra Instinct, Omen, or Sign or whatever, and then uses instant transmission. He gets ready to use instant transmission. This takes Eos a bit off guard, but then she starts to chuckle saying, "Damn it, Sorry, I'm just surprised at how you could say such foolish things with such a straight face. Now, let's do it. Fine, I'll take good care of you, she says as she waves her hand yet again, but suddenly Goku disappears from in front of her. Eos is shocked, saying, "He's gone? But I didn't use my technique on him yet." Goku then appears behind her, saying, "I'm here, Lady Eos." She turns, saying, "Behind me in an instant?" But before she can fully get her bead on him, he once again shifts to behind her. Oh, I like that. He's playing with her. Once again, instant transmission turns out to be one of his greatest moves. As she backs away, he tells her this is instant teleportation. Your freeze technique is awesome, but I'm safe if I can avoid it before it hits me. So, where are you gonna direct your technique at now, Lady Eos? I read you now. Eos prepares an attack, saying, "I'm surprised to see a mortal use a spatial teleportation technique, but freeze isn't the only power I got." She sends out several patterns that surround Goku. Eos then passes through one of them, and it greatly increases her speed as she looks like she manages to just strike Goku right in the neck, which just rips him right out of Ultra Instinct Omen. He says, "Ouch! What's with that sudden increase in speed?" Eos says, "Interesting, isn't it? The time trap is a space-time technique that instantaneously changes the time of an object as it passes through." As she shifts through another time trap, she says, "Once you go through the traps, the time it takes for your body to move will rapidly increase," she says as she immediately smashes into Goku yet again. She moves through another one and then hits Goku from behind, sending him flying. As Goku rubs his inner neck, he spots another of the time traps, and then he shifts through it as well, saying, "In that case, even I'll use it to move." "Faster?" he says very slowly, shocked that he's now moving slow. Eos says, "That trap is meant to slow down target's movement." As she rushes in and kicks him right in the face, Goku says, "Damn it, if some of them were slow ones, you should have told me earlier." Eos says, 2 minutes have passed. I have only 1 minute left to play with you." Goku says, "Time to focus now." He shifts back into Ultra Instinct Omen as Eos goes through one of the time traps again, ready to head directly towards Goku. But Goku, using the power of Ultra Instinct, manages to see the attack right before it hit, kicking Eos square at her face. She's sent flying backwards, and as she rubs her bruise, she thinks to herself, "How could he spot me when I was using accelerated speed?" But Goku is already moving in on Eos. But it looks like she uses some other ability. Something channeled through her eye? We see Goku appear instantly behind Eos. But as he goes in for a kick, she easily manages to dodge it. Is it an ability that allows her to see his attacks before they hit? Goku wonders to himself, I thought I had it completely figured out. Eos tells him, "I can't land an attack on you right now, but I can see how you will act in the future. The only drawback is that I can't use other techniques while these eyes are active." I like the fact that her abilities have drawbacks. It seems like with a lot of her time-based abilities, she can only use them one at a time. She can use the time trap, but nothing else. She can use the time freeze, but nothing else. And she can use this future sight, but she can't use any of her other attacks. It makes it so that while it is kind of broken abilities, it's not so broken that she's just pushing out attack after attack, ability after ability. We see Goku just swinging wildly at Eos with none of his hits connecting. He swings at her, she dodges. She swings at him, he blocks. Goku says, "So, she's reading my moves, just like how Hearts did." But as he prepares a ki blast, he says, "If you can read my moves, how about this then?" And as he prepares a Kamehameha, Eos says, "It's pointless. I can see everything you're going to do." But then she comes to a startling realization. Goku then starts warping all around the battlefield, saying, "Beyond God, warp Kamehameha." Eos says, "I cannot follow him with my eyes?" Goku then appears behind Eos, saying, "Got you." With Eos taken off guard, she prepares herself, saying, "Oh no, But then Goku doesn't attack. He says, just kidding. Although naturally Eos flinches, ready for the strike. He then laughs, saying, so I guess this means I won, right, Lady Eos? Eos is stunned by this. Aw. See, I did kind of get the vibe that this wasn't going to be like a take her out situation. But she's probably one of the more skilled Kais out there in terms of combat. If only just because of also her, magical abilities and stuff, her time control. We then pick up with, okay, that's the Migra's staff, so it must be Robel and Camel. Either Robel or Camel says, we're back, as we pick up in the crack of time. Demigra says, good work. Did you find the object we're seeking? I think Robo says, yes. It was drifting exactly where I thought it would be. And furthermore, I obtained it. Yeah, it must be Robel talking, because she's a little full of herself. Camel, not so much. Demigra says, well done, both of you. And the preparations? Oh, I guess Robel says, and the preparations? Demigra says, don't worry, we'll start right away. Robel says, understood. I will now inject the dark factor. And it's all about obtaining Michikabura's power. And I guess as Demigra is infused with the power of Michikabura, Demigra feels his presence within him and speaks to the ghostly entity of Michikabura, saying, pity you're just a lost soul now, Michikabura. You will now become mine. You will become mine now. The power of the Dark King. I do appreciate that, with all the effort to free Michikabura as the ultimate enemy, even after his defeat by the hands of Trunks, he's still a presence within the series. I do appreciate that. It is a power that everyone seeks out. I'm just still kind of disappointed that everything that happened with Fu ended the way it did. It's like, was that really all there was to Fu? After all of the machinations of Toa, it kind of feels like it amounted to not much. Create a whole universe, but it was a pale imitation. Fu got unimaginable power, but didn't even really want to use it in the way that Toa seemed to want. She wanted to create this new Dark King, and he didn't want anything she wanted. Kids, am I right? I'm not surprised that Demigra is still up to something, of course, in a situation where we have a previous Supreme Kai of Time, and the fact that he wanted to become the Supreme Kai of Time at one point makes a lot of sense. But I wonder what he's up to now. Is he just trying to obtain that power that Fu lost, or is it something else? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Goku sparing Eos' life? Will she ultimately become an ally, or will she continue to be a hindrance in the future? And what is Demigra up to? I want to hear from you. But also remember to like, subscribe, bell, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.